What is up, guys? Welcome to NFL Sunday Morning Show, Easter edition. How you doing, James?
Doing very well. How about you?
I'm doing good. Excited to go to the movies today. So, yeah, I'm going to see the new Mario movie. Fun as well, right? I don't celebrate
Yeah,
Easter. Got to do something.
that's it, man. You might as well. It'll be a great day for it, I'm sure.
Oh, my God. Yeah, my sister's really excited. So, yeah, let's just get right into it, guys. But first, like, share, subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network. Make sure you go check out Steelers by the Lake podcast. And I'm sure Big C may pop in. We don't know. It is Easter. So let's just get started, man, with Kirk Cousins signing with the Raiders, which I'm still. Do you know what the contract was for this?
I
For
heard it
Kirk
was
Cousins?
it was like up to 20 million, with some real creative wording on it. Honestly, I'd love to see what the details were on it because they didn't have to pay him anything. Like this could have been a league minimum deal, and he still gets everything that Atlanta owes him. So
Right.
I don't know how in the world he finessed that much money, unless the Raiders really needed some more spending on the books.
Right, right. I'm gonna share this picture right here. We were actually talking about this before we click live. The all-time quarterback earnings. You have Matthew Stafford at 408 mil, Aaron Rodgers at 395 mil, Kirk Cousins at 341 mil, and then you have Brady and Russell Wilson there. And I'm like, can I have the agent, please?
Yeah.
Like, how?
Yeah, just incredible, man. He's taken a career that's like a little bit above average. He's been a good starter for most of his career, but he's done nothing in the playoffs. He's even been bad on primetime games, Monday night games, Sunday night games. He's traditionally had some of his worst performances. So it's
Right,
it's
right.
kind of crazy that he's been able to have so much success in the league. Happy Easter, Donna. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining.
happy Easter. I'm not used to saying that at all, but
I can handle it if it hurts you a little.
it doesn't hurt. It's just like, all right, so let's get back into this, right? Kirk Cousins is going to start, and Mendoza is going to be the backup. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. I thought Mendoza would be there and have Kirk Cousins back behind him, but either way, I'm still like, what the hell? Raiders, what are you doing? Brady, what are you doing?
I think Brady's trying to recreate himself. Like I feel like that's what's going on here is that he saw how he benefited from being able to sit behind a veteran, and watch and learn from their mistakes. And honestly, the Raiders got a lot of moving pieces too. A lot of new guys coming into town. There's going to be a lot of new draft picks that are going to be very important to this offensive unit, whether it be offensive line, receivers, whatever. Why not let all the kinks get worked out behind somebody who isn't the future of the team? So
Yes.
like I don't mind that strategy one bit. And Kirk hasn't been successful in the league because he's been the most athletic or has the best arm. It's been because he's been a smart dude. So I think that it adds a really intelligent guy to the room, who can try to help develop Fernando Mendoza on a daily basis. So I think it's a smart move to not have to rush him and just throw him into the deep end right away and then let's see what happens. I feel like a lot of quarterbacks that happens to, it just doesn't pan out. And maybe they would have had better careers than they ended up having, but they had no choice but to jump in because the rest of the situation was such a dumpster fire. And maybe, just maybe, this gives Fernando his best chance of being his best version of himself as a pro.
Yeah. And I just looked it up here. The Raiders have 11 draft picks
That's
this year.
awesome.
So they got the first pick, they got one in the second round, one in the third, three in the fourth, one in the fifth, two in the sixth, and one in the seventh. So yeah, they're basically all over this NFL draft, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
Obviously, they need it.
yeah, they need it. They need all kinds of pieces. So there's gonna be a lot of new faces there. And yeah, let Kirk deal with that nonsense.
Oh my God. Imagine Kirk playing with Genty and Bowers. Just let that sink in. And I'm
Yeah,
like, the timeline doesn't match there. It doesn't
no,
match at all. And I'm like, that's why I wanted Mendoza there, so the timeline does match and you can go forward with it. But Clearly, they want to go a different route. I don't agree with it, but it
Kirk
is
might
what
flex
it
a
is.
little bit with these dudes. You never know. Kirk might be able to get the most out of these guys. That's a really good tight end and a really good running back.
Yeah, yeah. And here's the thing: Kirk Cousins is 37 years old, and you're paying this guy around 20 mil. Oh,
I mean,
like how can I'm about to lose it? Like, I'm
I
about to
can't
lose.
seem I can't criticize them in any way because my team's about to pay at least that much for a guy that's a lot older. So
Yeah. And then my quarterback gets the most hate out of everyone in the NFL. Like none of us can win here. None of us can win. Another article. But yeah, man, it's just crazy with Kirk Cousins to the Raiders. So what is up, Cap? I'm not bleh, I can't speak here. I'm not used to you talking without dolphins. So it's kind of different here. The Athletics Mike Sando reports several anonymous NFL news executives believe AJ Brown will be traded to the Patriots in June. And here's the thing, right? Don't we usually have like a combined practice or something? What is that before like a game, before the preseason or something?
yeah, a lot of teams do those combined joint practices, and
Eagles and
so,
Patriots have one.
oh wow,
Yeah.
yeah. So if the deal isn't done by then, it's gonna happen, you know. and,
Yeah, it's
and
definitely gonna happen.
it's such a viral moment when Mike Vrabel found out that Tennessee traded away A.G. Brown. He was so incredibly pissed off about that, you know. So you got to feel like he will forever want a second shot at having A.J. on his team.
Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want it at all. What is up, Gregor? What is up, man? Thank you for stopping by. I am gonna make some. Oh, nice. There you go. Yeah, that's a lot of picks the Raiders have. They need it.
Yeah.
They obviously need it. I see them making a couple draft trades. I feel like making a couple trades there, obviously to get more for next year and to stack them up. You agree?
Yeah. I mean, I think when you have that much, it should be a similar strategy for Pittsburgh this year. They've got 12 picks in this draft class. You're not likely going to be able to fit all those guys on your roster. You just got to be realistic about it. So if you're getting close to a guy that you really love, and there's a couple teams in front of you that might also be interested, don't take any chances. Just give up a 6 or a 7 or something to scoot up 3 or 4 positions, go up a couple of picks, and make sure that you can get your guy. If that's all it costs is a late round pick to move up 3 or 5 spots to go get your guy in the second or third round, do it. Do it every time. Get those guys that you have that strong evaluation that you really love, that you really think are going to fit your system.
Yeah. I wonder if the Raiders GM is going to be that guy that everyone tries to hang up on. You know, there's always that one guy, and Howie Roseman is usually that guy. So I'm just like, maybe, no, not this time. Not this time. But actually, there was another move that was made. Trayvon Walker signed to a 4-year, $110 million extension that includes a $77 million guaranteed, $50 million fully guaranteed at signing with the Jaguars. How do you feel about that one?
You know, he's been good, but has he been that good? Like,
They're banking on the potential, I guess.
I guess, man, it's a tough one for me because you know it's all about what's the production been versus how young's the kid versus what do you think
Yeah.
his future will be in the league. You know, it's a fine line to balance all that stuff. I just didn't think I'd seen that kind of level of play out of him yet to think
No.
that he'd be getting that serious a cash flow. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to pull him up now so I can see
Yeah, I got you
what
as
he's
well.
been so far in his career. Because
Yeah.
it seems
Wasn't he a
like a little bit of
first pick? Wasn't he like a really high pick?
I want to say he was the number 1 overall.
Yeah, that's what I think. Stats here, I got it. He's been in the league for 4 years already. Oh, wow. That's actually kind of impressive. I didn't even think he was in the league. Time flies, man.
It
Time
does.
flies.
Yeah.
How did this happen? Yeah, for his career, he has like 27 and a half sacks, 101 solo tackles, and 3 forced fumbles. So, I mean, is that screaming extension to me? No, not to me. But it is what it is. So,
Yeah. So his best season as a pro is 10.5 sacks, and he hasn't crossed 3.5 outside of that.
oh God.
And how much per year was this?
Let me see here again. 4 years, $110 million extension, 77 mil guaranteed, 50 fully guaranteed at signing. So 4 years, 110 mil.
So that's a little under 30 a year.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. I guess it's when you're thinking about like the top guys are getting 40 million. If
yeah.
he's signing for less than 30, maybe it's not an overpay. Maybe it's about appropriate. But to me, like if I'm paying that much money, I'm saying that this guy is at least a double-digit sack guy.
Yeah.
So in 4 seasons, he's only hit double-digit sacks once. In the other 3 seasons, he wasn't even close. And it's not from games played. I'm looking at it here. He only played 14 games last year, so okay, but he got 3.5 sacks. The year before was his 10.5 sack season. The year before that was 1 sack, and he played every game. In his rookie season, he only played 15 games, but also only 3.5 sacks. The production in the NFL just isn't there. You basically gave him this contract off of his 2024 year and said, we think that that's who the real version of him is, not the other 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's too much, man.
Actually, he's 25 years old.
So he's real young.
They're definitely banking on the potential for like 4 years to 29. So it's actually pretty insane how much they pay these guys now. And it's like back in the day, they would not pay him this much.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever someone getting paid this much. What is up, AK? What is up, man? Thank you for stopping by. But Trayvon Walker, he gets extended. Kudos to him, but hopefully he lives up to it. I don't know if he will. I don't know if that guy will, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have a choice, right? You can't really move on from him, but that just, I agree with Victor here. It seems like a massive overpay. $27 million a year is a lot for a dude who's only hit double-digit sacks once in his career so far.
Yeah.
I would have been more comfortable around 15 a year. I feel like this shouldn't have been a 4-year deal. This should have been like a 1-year deal with a bunch of incentives on it as kind of like a prove it type thing. But I get it. Like, you don't want to risk losing the dude.
Yeah. So let's stick with the Jaguars here. They're playing. Actually, Vic told me this a couple days ago, and I did some research on it. The Jaguars will play their 2027 home games in Orlando due to a $1.4 billion renovation at their stadium. Man. So they're going to Orlando next. Is that? Yeah, that's next season, right? 2027. That's next year, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not this upcoming season, but the one after.
That is actually kind of crazy. They're going to Orlando, and I'm like, can they ever just stick to a place? They're there. They're like calling the World Jaguars or something.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's crazy. How do you feel about them going to Orlando next season?
Hey, why not, man? I'm happy for some of my my family members down there. You know, my late wife's father lives down there, and her brother and sister live down there in Orlando. So maybe they can go to a couple of Jags games, man. That'd be fun for them. So, hey, in the end, it's tough for anybody that hasn't had their team hasn't been around for a long time. You know, they're one of the most recent expansion teams. So you don't have that hardcore fan base that you have in some of the other teams. Like for you and for me, like our teams have been around for forever. So it's ingrained like 3-4 generation deep in our families a lot of times on how long people have been cheering for our favorite teams. These guys just haven't been around that long. So move them if you need to.
I mean, look at Trayvon Walker now. He's getting paid and going to Orlando.
He's winning in every way.
He's literally winning in every single angle. But look, man, I am kind of like, if I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, I don't know how I would feel about it. Because think about this, right? They miss some home games, go to a different country. 1, 2. Now they're going to Orlando. It's like, great. I got to travel to Orlando for a home game now next season. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure a lot of people will be upset. and they don't want to see Trevor Lawrence in Orlando. I'm just throwing that out there. So
Uh,
I don't know. If I'm the fan of Jacksonville Jaguars, I'll feel some type of way.
it might kind of take away the home field advantage for them too, because
Yes.
probably a lot of away teams are going to buy those tickets up. Because you're right, the people that live in the Jacksonville area are not going to be as likely to go because of how far of a drive it's going to be. They're going to
Yeah.
be more likely to sell some of those tickets, especially if it looks like it might be some kind of nasty weather once it comes storm season and stuff. So, yeah, you might see a lot of home games for the Jaguars look more like away games, like how it was for the Chargers for a bunch of years there.
Oh my God, it's just crazy with that. But anyways, here we got a comment from AK here. They're going to have to start salary capping every position before this gets out of hand in 10 years. We could be looking at $500 million players. That is true. That is honestly true. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, they got to do something, man. Look at the look at the MLB. They're going to go into a lockout. Like maybe an NFL lockout in a couple years, you think? Is that a possibility?
I mean, when the CBA hits again, I think that's not too far off. They never make it to lockout though, because the players don't plan well enough. That's what it always comes down to: is the owners always win because the players don't plan far enough ahead. Your vets, the guys that are making $10 million a year plus, are perfectly fine. They're like, "Oh, let's hold out." But those dudes on veteran minimum contracts just don't have enough money stashed away. Those guys that just got drafted and are on a rookie deal, like they're not making that much money in comparison. So in order to try to keep up with the Joneses and everybody else on the team and, buying the cars and whatever, all they're living right at their cap. So they just don't have it. And that's why the owners always get whatever they want.
Yeah. The last NFL lockout was actually back in 2011. It lasted 132 days from March 12th to July 25th. That is actually so. The last time was over a decade and a half. Wow, that was the last NFL lockout. So
yeah,
maybe we could see one in a couple years. I don't know. That's just me.
I think it's going to be a real serious negotiation next time around because the owners are going to be pushing for that 18th regular season game. It's going to happen. So the players are going to push back on that. I think the logical thing at that point, because it's just going to happen. You're going to take away one more preseason game. You're going to go to 18 games in the regular season. You should get a second bye week.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. If you're going to go to 18 games, give them a second bye week, and you should also expand the rosters. Give them a couple extra positions on the roster so that you can make it through the attrition and all the injuries that happen over a long season like that.
Imagine having 18. Imagine that, man. The wear and tear on these players, and you've already seen these ACL injuries getting more. What is the word I'm looking for? Like more common. More common now.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, it's just like it is what it is now. I don't know how I would feel about it if I was a player getting another week. Question: do you think they'll add a cap? Will it be position based, or will all cap per position? What do you think?
Whew. That's a tough one, man, because it's all about the logistics of it, and that's why it'll be tough to cap the players, because how do you tell the players a quarterback's more important than an offensive lineman? So an offensive lineman can only make this much money versus a quarterback making this much money. I think it's a real dangerous road to go down.
Yeah.
Because what will happen in today's society if you go that route is that that racism word is going to start coming out, man. They're going to say, oh, the quarterback position where it's mostly white guys is allowed to make more, but this position where it's more black guys isn't allowed to make more. And you're going to get called racist if you try to go that way. So I wouldn't even try it, man. Like, I wouldn't even try it.
I won't either. But for me, I pretty much agree with you on that one. Like, it's not just that we're seeing this in NFL and MLB. It's basically happening in basketball at some point too. It's just getting crazy how much money these players are getting paid. Like it's way overpaying. They just treat it like it's Like these owners, like, here, we'll give you this much. Like, um, okay, where did that come from?
Yeah. Yeah, like
Wait a
Linderbaum with the Raiders this year. The last center was making like 18, 19, 20 million a year, and they pay him 27. Like, that's too much of a jump. It wasn't necessary to go that high to get the guy. Nobody else was going to be paying him anywhere near that much money, and that just drives it up. Like, you don't
Yeah.
have to go so far above the last guy. I get the whole like one up the last guy that got the contract kind of thing, but do it a little more gradual so that teams can afford to build a roster, man. Like,
Yeah.
every time somebody does something like that goes that far above the guy that's currently being paid the most, it screws things up for everybody else.
Yeah. So Tyler Linderbaum is getting a 3-year, $81 million contract. That's a record now for
Mm-hmm.
a center. Is he worth that much?
No.
Like, no.
No, no. As someone who watched him play at least twice a year, every year, sometimes 3 times, more if I was really that bored and watched a Ravens game outside of them playing the Steelers.
Yeah.
Tyler Linderbaum is highly skilled at run blocking and getting to the second level defenders. That's where he's
Yeah.
best, right?
Yeah.
If he's got to go chase a linebacker and go get that guy in the run game, he's awesome at it. In pass blocking, he's not that good at assigning who's supposed to be blocking who, because we saw people running free all year long versus that Ravens interior offensive line, and they stuck the biggest, strongest dudes they could to on both sides of them. We're talking about the right guard was a 375-pound guy who didn't make it at tackle, who kicked inside to guard. The left guard was a guy who tore his ACL during the combine and then benched afterwards with the torn ACL like 24 hours later and put up 38 reps. These were two massive, strong individuals on either side because he can't handle a bull rush in the pass rush.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So as a run blocker, yeah, he's elite as a run blocker. As a pass blocker, man, you better have some really big, really strong guards next to him. Otherwise, he's going to get run over.
Yeah. You mean Kirk Cousins is going to get run over?
Yeah. Yeah, Kirk with one good leg is going to have pressure right up the middle, most likely, unless they've got good guards there. I'm not real familiar with the guard situation there.
I'm not either. It's the Raiders, right? I actually remember here, let me get back to this real quick. Harbaugh, right? When I wanted Harbaugh to go to the Raiders, I thought that was a good situation for him, getting Mendoza and everything.
Sure.
Do you think he would have been fine getting Kirk Cousins over there? I don't think Harbaugh would. I don't think he would.
I'm trying to think back to, did they throw Lamar out there right away? I don't think they did. Didn't they let Lamar sit for a little bit before they played him?
Let me look up his stats, actually. Let me look up Lamar Jackson's stats.
I remember
here.
that they traded back into the first, and they got the number 32 pick so that they could get the 5-year, the 5th-year option on him. I remember that much.
Yeah.
But how much he played his rookie season, I don't recall.
So was he drafted in 2018 or?
He would have. Shoot, I'm
Here,
not
I
sure
got
what
it.
year. Yeah, I'm not sure what year, to be honest.
Let's see. Lamar Jackson draft. He was in 2018. He was the 32nd pick in that year. So he did play 16 games. He started 7 of them.
Okay,
so,
they let him sit for a while first.
They let him sit a couple games. So
yeah, that would make me think
that
Harbaugh would have probably approached it similarly then. I would think.
It depends on who was the quarterback back then with the Ravens, with Lamar. Who was the quarterback then? Huh?
That might have been the end of Flacco's career at that point.
Yep. I think it was definitely a Flacco. So it was like passing the torch there. Yeah. But this one is like 37 to like Mendoza's what, 22 or something? That's like
right around there.
Yeah. So actually, he took over for Flacco week 11 because of injury. So if Flacco didn't get injured, then you would have had Lamar maybe sit out the whole season.
Yeah. I mean, that's how for Ben Roethlisberger, too. They had no intention of playing him, and everybody in front of him got hurt, so he kind of got thrown out there. But once you've done that, if it goes well, you really can't put him back on the bench. So,
right. Who was the quarterback before Roethlisberger again?
Tommy Maddox.
Oh
Yeah.
my! I haven't heard of that name in God knows how long.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that was Tommy Gunn, man. They plucked him out of the AFL or something.
AFL.
Yeah, it was like the
Dang.
AFL for one season, and he was really good there. And they're like, okay, yeah,
Yeah. So let me get back to this comment from AK here. Well, there's already is a kind of unwritten rule that pay is based on position for the most certain parts, certain in other positions. Do you? Oh my God, I can't read today. Do you make more than normal, but not maybe? So I wouldn't say it's a race thing. And then he goes here, and before it was my boy Slash.
yeah, yeah. Slash was fun, man. Cordell
Oh
Stewart,
my.
Cordell Stewart was a real fun quarterback, man. He would have done a lot better in today's
That's
game than he did back then.
that's past my time, right? Dang,
Yeah,
or before me.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
Just
wow, I
like,
wasn't even around then.
yeah, I agree with AK on this. I don't think that it would be a race thing, but I think it would be painted in that direction, and that would be enough to avoid doing it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They always try to push that narrative, no
yeah,
matter what the topic is. It's
yeah.
always that narrative, and I hate it.
Yeah,
Like, is there another way we could go? Is it always down that route?
yeah.
Like, there we go. Like, no, let's go this way. But yeah, man, it's just crazy here. And oh no. So Jaguars, they're going to Orlando in 2027. You got Kirk Cousins signing like an insane deal, and Trevor like Trayvon Walker getting overpay. So for me, I'm just like everyone is getting overpaid. It's just like that's the day.
Can I
That's
get
the day and
overpaid
age
too?
we live now.
Should I go to my boss and ask for a raise, man? I'd love to get overpaid.
Oh yeah, I would too. I definitely would too. Yeah. I'm a Jew. I definitely would. But yeah, let's get into Devontae Adams real quick here because I've been hearing like tra- are they going to try to trade him the Rams, you think? Because now we got to talk about Cooper Cup too. Well, not Cooper Cup, Puka Nakua. We got to talk about that as well. But do you think Devontae Adams will get traded?
My question is, do you think there's a lot of value left in him? Like he's
That's
33
my
years
point.
old. Yeah. I could you trade him? Sure, maybe, but I don't know who would be trading for him at this point. I think if you're going to do it, it's something that you do during the regular season. You're not going to be able to pull it off right now. There's a ton of good wide receivers in this draft class. So why are you going to trade for a 33-year-old wide receiver who's clearly past his prime at this stage when you can just draft one of the first 30 guys and probably get as good a production or better? Like, there's always a crap load of wide receivers in every NFL draft class. It is one of the most highest drafted positions as far as quantity of players that are drafted. And there's a lot of really good ones this year. Not the elite dudes. You know, we don't have Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase in this class. It doesn't seem like it anyway. But we've got a lot of dudes who look like they'd be awesome number twos or number threes. And is Devontae even that at this stage in his career? Maybe he's a good number three receiver. I don't know.
What what round pick would he get? Like, what's his value? Like a third, fourth? I would not give up a first or second for him. No.
No, not a chance. I mean, I'd be at like maybe a fifth for him because of the age. Yeah, it's the thing is like it's a short term thing. You're
Yeah.
taking a crapshoot as to whether he's even going to be good this upcoming season because that drop off happens fast for wide receivers. You're pretty much like a 60 catch dude one year, and then the next year it's 7 catches and you're done. Like
Yeah.
it's not too many guys that gracefully decline and 60 catches one year, 50 the next, 40 the year after that. Man, it's a sharp drop off when that athleticism hits and it goes out the window. Your usefulness to most teams goes out the window too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't give up much for him. Yeah,
A sixth at
Yeah.
best.
yeah. Vic says a sixth. I agree with you, Vic. I think a six is a good amount. I think the only way you get more than that is if you keep them on your roster, you make it to the regular season, and somebody loses a starter, and then you trade them at that point. You might be able to get more value after somebody is injury depleted and they have no other options.
Yeah. So for me with Devontae Adams, it depends on it's a Super Bowl contender, right? And it depends on if you're like for a third or no wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 4. So for me, it's just like to fill out one of those voids if you're a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
So Devontae Adams could definitely help you in that route with
Hmm.
the younger guys and be like a mentor for them. But honestly, for like a team that needs a wide receiver, go in the draft.
Yeah.
Go in the draft.
Yeah.
Like honestly, there's a lot of good wide receivers in the draft. You were saying a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a deep class. So it's not like an elite class. Again, like the top tier talent, those elite dudes, doesn't seem like it's that kind of class. But I think you're going to see like the first probably 3-4 rounds, 5 or 6 wide receivers going almost every single round. There's just a lot of talented guys with good numbers. It was a real fast 40-yard dash at the combine this year for almost all positions. So you got a lot of guys that can spread the field out and maybe help you on return duties as well. But you're going to be able to get some good quality receivers in the second and third round in this draft class.
Right, right. So AK goes, so can we all get Davis to sell the team already? Like 20 years of sabotage is approval for dismissal. We need to Dan Snyder this man. I don't think it's that bad, but is it that bad?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
It can't be, right? Dan Snyder's wanted for murder. I think so, but
It's
hey.
I think there's been a real gross misevaluation of talent at some places.
Yeah.
You know, like when we're saying Davis, are we talking the Raider organization here still?
Right. That was my
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
That was my question too.
Yeah.
I
So
think
if we're talking the Raiders, then yeah, they're just like missing on first round picks over and over and over. So
yeah.
that probably falls a little bit more on the general manager unless they're not letting him do his job.
Do you think they'll let Brady make the pick?
I think Brady's gonna have a big amount of say in a lot of stuff going on there. Yeah.
Hey, Tom Brady's got a big month coming up. He got the NFL draft, and he's going to be at WrestleMania in Las Vegas.
Good for him.
He's got a big month ahead of him. He got a big month, and especially after the flag football game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
did you
know what?
catch that at all?
He looked pretty decent, man. He looked like he still had it a little bit there.
Oh my God! Yeah, some of these guys still have it. Like Odell Beckham Jr. That he actually had a one-handed catch there, and I'm like, Giants fans want him. Giants fans want him back, and I'm like, no. Well, for you guys, take him. I don't care.
Yeah,
But
sure.
for me, no. Like, do you see Odell Beckham coming back at all? I don't see it.
I don't see it either, but I think it was a smart move for him to play in that flag football league because it does put his name back out there. It did give him a chance to kind of show that he still has a little bit left in the tank, maybe. So, does somebody take a shot on him? I don't know, maybe, but I wouldn't be in a hurry if I
It's
was.
the same exact. We're in the same position as the Devontae Adams again.
Yeah.
It's just like Odell. I think he's even older than Adams. I think.
Yeah,
So
probably.
it's just like I don't see it. I don't even know what he's doing now. I think he's broadcasting. I think, right? I don't know what OBJ is doing. I don't keep
I've
tabs.
not kept track of him at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's far enough removed from it that it would be a desperation move to take a shot at him, I think.
Yeah. Well, now Vic says, well, in other news, the New York Jets now have the longest playoff drought in all of sports. I'm going to call my best friend. He's a Jets fan. So I'm going to call him today. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm going to call him to tell him that. After 20 years, I'm sorry that they have changed so much eventually. I just took, oh my God, I got to look at, say it's poorly owned and Ron Davis. I think it is out. I think he is talking about the Raiders there.
Yeah.
It's got to be. There's no other.
There does get to a point where ownership is just doing a poor job,
Yeah.
Because who's responsible for hiring the general managers? It's your ownership. So
Right.
if they're putting bad GMs out there time after time, or you're getting good GMs and they're not getting good results. I thought when they hired Mike Mayock that it was a great move, and then Mike Mayock still missed on all his picks, which was crazy because he seemed like one of the best talent evaluators out there with the NFL draft. So yeah, there's a lot going wrong there, and I think you're going to have similar conversations to what you're having in Cleveland right now, where the ownership is what's holding the team back. They keep on moving on from coaches too quickly, moving on from players too quickly, holding on to the wrong ones, valuing the wrong things, and not taking off the field transgression seriously enough. So like that kind of stuff all adds up to losing year after year after year and not being able to draw in the right talent in free agency too.
Yep. All right, let's talk about Devontae Adams' teammate Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua gets checked into rehab apparently.
Oh
So
no.
there's another wide receiver going into rehab. There's another football player. So
I heard he
at least
bit
he's getting
somebody,
help.
but I didn't hear any details, just that he bit somebody.
That's what all I heard. That's all I heard. So I'm like, oh man, Puka, not you, man, not
And
you.
he's about to get paid too, like
I know.
40 million a year plus kind of contract. Man would just stay out of trouble for a couple months.
That's what happens when you're in LA. Pretty much. He's in LA with the Rams, so pretty much it. And AK has a question for you. We don't get to talk that much. How do you feel about Mike McCarthy being hired? Me, I feel you should have stayed with Tomlin at this point, but do you like it or no?
I'm a big Mike Tomlin guy. I absolutely loved Mike Tomlin. I did not want to see him go, but he'd worn out his welcome with most of the fan base.
Yeah.
And that was the problem. It was Mike Tomlin doing a good job anymore. A lot of the fan base had turned on him. They absolutely had to win a playoff game. They had to win at least one playoff game, maybe two, to shut up the side of the fan base that disliked him so much. Because that's what it was all about, was they had lost 7 playoff games in a row. They couldn't get even a first-round win. And the level of expectation in Pittsburgh is higher than that. You know, it's too spoiled of a fan base. There's been too much success over the years to be okay with a team not making the playoffs or making it and getting bounced in the first round year after year after year. So as much as I really liked Mike Tomlin, if he didn't go on his own terms, they were probably going to fire him the next season if it was the same result. And I wouldn't have agreed with it, but I think that's just the way it would have gone. Yeah, he says, I feel like Mike McCarthy makes you worse. But it's all on how you're looking at it here. The stage that Pittsburgh's at right now, the biggest issue is who the heck is the quarterback of the future? Is he on the team? Do you have to draft him? Who can develop him? And that was not Mike Tomlin's role. Like, Mike Tomlin was the defensive-minded dude. He was the guy that got the defense together. He'd fire people up. He'd get people to make a play. But he wasn't going to develop a quarterback for you. He was relying on offensive coordinators for that. And we just didn't have a lot of good luck with offensive coordinators. So if you've got a constant revolving door at offensive coordinator, and that's who's supposed to be finding and developing your next quarterback, how are you ever going to get a quarterback?
Yeah.
So that's the whole reason they went the McCarthy route. And only time will tell whether or not it was a good move. He's got a good track record of getting the most out of quarterbacks. You know, he did a great job with Aaron Rodgers. He got some really great years out of Dak Prescott, where he started some seasons off throwing 500-yard games on a regular basis. His draft history is pretty good, too. His first pick for the Packers was A.J. Hawk. His first pick for the Cowboys was CeeDee Lamb. So he's got some guys in his resume that show that he's done some good things. He's going to have a lot more leeway in Pittsburgh than he did in Dallas. In Dallas, Jerry ran everything. You know, Jerry has final say on everything and probably the first say on it too. McCarthy's going to have a lot of input on how this is built. So we'll see. If it goes well, then you do get to give McCarthy some credit for it. If it goes poorly, you also get to blame him. Because I think he's going to have a lot of say and a lot of control over what goes on right now.
Yep. All right. Let's get into trivia, and then we're going to call it here. We're going to do a little quick stream because it is Easter. Let's all celebrate except me. But anyways,
Y'all heathens, get to your families.
Yeah. Everyone get to your family, celebrate Easter. For me, I'll go to the movies and have fun. So anyway, who was the number 1 overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft?
2020.
Yeah, that's an easy one, I feel like. Well, I'm looking at the name, so obviously it is easy to me.
Yeah, if I could remember what guys were what year, I'd be doing better on that. But
I'll give you a hint. He's in the AFC.
Was it the Joe Burrow year?
Yep.
Okay.
Joe Burrow in 2020. All right. Has a kicker ever been drafted in the first round?
Yeah, Sebastian Janikowski.
Yep. Yep. I had to throw that in there.
The
Yeah.
Raiders.
What is going on? Dude, like what? It's always the Raiders, man. All right. Which team drafted Drew Brees?
The Chargers drafted him, right?
Yep.
And then he
Yep.
went to the Saints. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a lot of these, what was it? Like Eli Manning, he was drafted by the Chargers, but then he didn't want to go there. They treated him right away or something.
Yes. Yep. Because his dad said, "Don't play for them. They suck."
Oh, wow.
That was a power play by his dad, 100%. He said, "Don't you dare go there. You don't want to be stuck on a bad team your whole career like I was."
Oh, shit.
I mean, it kind of
Anyway.
worked out for him. He got a couple Super Bowl wins, so
Yeah. He beat my Eagles. He beat my Eagles a couple times throughout his career.
hey,
So.
let's celebrate the real win, which is him knocking down Tom Brady a peg.
Hey, we did.
You
did
did too. Thank God for the NFC East, man.
Right? Right? Do you know the only team to not take a quarterback in in over 30 years in the first round?
All right, I got to think about this one. Over 30 years.
Watch it be like, wait, where was Marino drafted? Because I was going to jokingly say the Dolphins.
But Tua was a first rounder, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah. So I don't think it's in the East because the Jets have done it, Bills have done it, Dolphins have done it.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm actually curious.
Patriots took Drake May, so I think that and then Mac Jones and a bunch of other dudes.
Yeah, he was the 5th overall Tua.
Definitely not the AFC North.
You know what?
Shouldn't be.
Hold on.
I'm trying to go through this in my head and figure this
out. What was it? 30 years?
30 years, yeah.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
I got it. Yep, Vic got it. It was the Saints.
The Saints. Okay, yeah, because they traded for Breeze, so it wasn't drafting one. Yeah.
When did they draft Tyler Shuck?
Oh, he was like a 4th or 5th rounder, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he didn't go real high. I don't think he went high anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But all right, guys, we're gonna call it there, man. Everyone have a good Easter. I'll have a good time in the movies. James, what you got coming, man?
Mock drafts like crazy. We're doing some mini pods talking about our previous predictions from previous years. I got all these notepads, like one from like every season we've ever done going back to 2019. So I got all our mock drafts on paper, and we're going back and flexing our muscles on all the hits we had.
Oh, that's actually kind of creative. I like that. Yeah, wow. Yep. Happy Easter, everyone who celebrates it. Not me. Hey, I'm allowed, man. So, guys, really quick before we head on out, make sure you guys tune in Saturday morning at 9 a.m. for Hollis Thomas. He's going to be on the Patterson App Sports Show. Woo! And then we got an NFL mock draft coming up on Thursday, April 16th at 8:30. That's the third mock draft 3.0 before the actual draft. So make sure you guys tune into that. With that being said, catch you guys later, man. Have a good rest of Easter Sunday. I'm going to the movies. Peace, guys. Have a good one.